The story so far. Vichitravirya dies, Bhishma refuses to father children, Satyavati calls in Vyasa and asks him to father Hastinapur's future king. As per his mother Satyavati's wish, Vyasa paid a visit to Ambika. But the young queen could not contain her fright when she saw the uncouth-looking sage. She did not resist when the sage took her into his embrace, but she closed her eyes. When Vyasa told Satyavati that as a result of Ambika's fear, the child born to her will be blind, Satyavati was frustrated. What good will a blind king do, she wondered. Since Vyasa was to visit Ambalika next, she warned the younger queen to keep her eyes open at all costs. Ambalika did as she was told, but she was no less afraid of Vyasa. When Vyasa took her into his arms, she turned pale with fear. Later, Vyasa told Satyavati that her child would be born pale and will suffer bad health. Satyavati was furious. In her anger, she asked Vyasa to pay Ambalika a second visit. But when Vyasa did so, the frightened Ambalika sent in her place a servant girl. When the servant girl faced Vyasa, there was no fear in her eyes or her heart. She accepted the ugly-looking, forest-dwelling sage with love. Time passed, and the three women gave birth to the future of Hastinapur. Ambika gave birth to Dhritarashtra, who was blind as foretold by Vyasa, but he grew to be strong and kind. Ambalika gave birth to Pandu, who was pale and weak, but he grew to be a great archer who was loved by the people of Hastinapur. The servant girl gave birth to a child called Vidura, who grew to be one of the wisest and most learned men in the land. Vidura even came to be considered an avatar of Yama, the god of truth and death. The three young men grew up under the tutelage of their uncle Bhishma and were taught all there was to know about politics, warfare, and the Shastras. But even as they grew, there was unspoken rivalry between Dhritarashtra and Pandu. Bhishma never noticed this. Vidura did. There were too many contenders for the throne of Hastinapur now. Next week on Epified, demigods and demons. So technically speaking, Duryodhan was a test tube baby. By the banks of the Nile River, Egypt grew to be a prosperous and rich civilization.